Imagine we're following a light wave that's traveling through this plasma. The whole universe is shrinking. The light wave is shrinking. It'll become more and more energetic. The Planck time is the moment those light waves are so energetic that two light waves encountering each other would form a black hole. And so they would disappear. We can't describe them after that. They'd be inside a black hole. That's called the Planck scale. A scale so tiny that if you try to squeeze a light wave into it, it has enough energy to collapse the space around it and make a black hole. So that's called the Planck length. And that's about 10 to the minus 30 meters. So we can go from 10 to the plus 25 to 10 to the minus 35. And where are we? Well, the size of a living cell is about 10 to the minus 5, which is halfway. In mathematical terms, we say it's a geometric number. We live in the middle between the largest scale in physics, which defines the region we will ultimately see, and the tiniest scale, which is so tiny we can't even talk about space and time at small scales. So we're in the messy middle. And the astonishing thing about recent discoveries in physics is they tell us the universe is surprisingly simple and regular.
Get out.
The tiniest scale and on the hugest scale. It's only complicated.
You mean as below, so above?
And so...
You mean binary?
So
ones and zeros?
That's the sort of summary
on
of my
and off,
talk.
up and down? What Taoism teaches us? Non-dual? How you built your computers?
We can look at it in space. We can look at it in time. If you look at any region of the universe, it would have a history like this, as far as we know. So you trace it backwards in time, it shrinks down to zero size. The space literally shrinks away to nothing. As you follow it forward in time, it's dominated by this dark energy, which is causing it to expand more and more rapidly. We don't know where it all came from. We don't know where it's all going.
You don't know where it all came from, huh?
Profound clues, which
have you?
What? Finally have the means to get to.
Okay, this. Ha! That's it. Basically, there's a certain amount out in space. There's a certain distance out that we can observe. And that if we were to generate this in a 3D model or whatever, it's actually a 2D model, 3D CG generation, whatever. And you could hypothetically just follow it back, through time, just measurement of other objects related to each other moving towards or away from one another. And try to follow it back to Big Bang, basically. And what you see is that everything is basically collapsed into nothing. And then everything comes out, and then you get all the stars and planets and everything else. But all of it is being moved by dark energy or dark matter. And right here is where it's like, and we don't exactly know where it's coming from, this dark energy in the center, but we know that it's moving in the center. Oh boy, right there. What the fuck are you talking about? Cause and effect. And this motherfucking title of this video, Neil Turok, The Astonishing Simplicity of Everything. Nigga just creates a computer model and everything, follows it back to the so-called singularity before the Big Bang, and then the Big Bang and after that to where we are now. So it's being moved by dark energy. Don't know where it came from. Can't figure it out. Really. That's impressive. Bra fucking bow.
So here's a real picture. This is a picture made by the Planck satellite, the European Space Agency Planck satellite. It shows a projection of the whole
Symmetry
sky,
and
which surrounds
synchronicity.
us,
No
very
shit.
whole sky. So it's like a map, an atlas.
From
And the pattern it shows is the pattern of the variations in the density across the sky.
Do me a
Those
favor, jackass.
variations-
Take you a piece of paper, put you a dot in the center of that, okay? Then get you any type of uh, a ruler or a piece of wood or a pen or anything, your finger, whatever, any distance you want, okay? And then line that up to the dot, bottom at the dot, okay? And then trace a line from that dot to the edge of whatever object you're doing, okay? And then move around like this right here. It's a circle! It's a fucking circle! Wow. Wow. It looks kind of like the atlas of the earth. A circle. Yet and still, let's not forget, this is the observable universe. Meaning, there's probably shit outside that we can't see yet because we're actually on all the shit that we can see in the sky. Even with all of our technology, okay, the shit that we can't see with the naked eye, but we can pick up with radio waves, whatever. All of that relies on light traveling from billions and billions of light years away, up to, as of this time, 93 billion light years away. So it took 93 billion years for the light that we are observing right now to get here. Okay? Okay. That's observable. That's the light we've seen now. No telling about if there's anything beyond that light that may have not reached us yet because, well, we still need a few more billion years. What have you. Needless to say, they want everybody to believe that the universe is only 13.8 billion years old. That's amazing. Scientists and mathematicians are so fucking compartmentalized, they forgot how to count. Amazing. A simple equation will show you that you're fucking wrong. Oh, but no, because if you look at it in the sphere, it's 93 billion light years around, so it's really only like 46 billion light years this way or that way. 46 is still greater than 13, okay? Okay. Well, it's light years, it's not. Full. Light year means how long light will travel in 1 year. That is a light year. Okay? So, however many light years is that many years. Hence the word years. But it's only 13 billion years old. It's because of the way that the universe spread it out over time since the Big Bang, this, that, and the other. Yes, but need I remind you that you're observing the universe from this spot here. And so, as you look around, it looks as if you're in the center, which we are, by the way. Either way, it's going to appear that way, even if we weren't. Because that's all the fuck you can do. If I can only touch thus far, I can only touch thus far. Okay? That's it. And I'm in the center. Everybody can see that. You know what I mean? You're in the center. You're in your body. You're here in the center. No matter where you move, you will always be here now in the center. Yes. Okay. So how do you know that all these measurements you're making of these objects moving in relation to one another accounts for this. What is that? Oh, let's see, 33 billion years? It makes up for 33 billion years. Amazing. Considering the fact that you don't know what light hasn't hit us yet, or if we'll be able to observe it with any of our technology. I mean, obviously, once the light hits us, then yeah, we're good. We'll see it because it'll literally be right fucking here when we look at it. It's not all the way out there, okay? Okay. But what the photons are telling us is that they came from there. That's how far they traveled. That's what it is saying. And they say they traveled at least, or at most, not bad, at most, 46 billion years. Light years, but it's years. It's how long the light, yeah. But the universe is only 13 billion years old. Bullshit. How the fuck? It's simple mathematics, man. You subtract 13 from 46, you still got a lot more to go. We're not even getting into the fact that hey, there might be some other shit that we can't see yet. You know what I mean? Just like before, there was shit that we couldn't see, but now we can. You know? Nobody's bothered to correct this at all or rethink this. They just keep, oh no, 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 no. Yeah, I know you know, his circumference is 93 billion years, but it's actually like 46 billion years. And then like the you know the expansion of the, you know, it accounts for the 33 billion years there. You know, even though that, you know, we can't really see what's beyond that, if there's anything beyond that, we don't really know. You know, but light, you know, we know that light travels at a certain speed, and you know that's the speed it travels. You know, we know it down to the exact number, supposedly. You know, I don't know if y'all can be believed after this too much, but goddamn, nigga, I could see that 1 + 2 = 3. I could see that 3 - 2 = 1. Okay? Okay. And my nigga, 46 - 13 is 33. That in and of itself is more than the 13. You can subtract the 13 again, get you 26. Then you're missing what, 9? My bad. 7. Still off. So I left one out there. My bad. So I could fit 2 universes, existences, within the amount of time it took that light to travel from there to here. Impossible. For if the universe is only 13.8 billion years old, then where the fuck did that photon come from? Where was it at before the universe existed? Come on, man. It's not hard. The answer's pretty simple. Only reason I'm harping on it is because it's still in. I mean, if you go to look it up right now, major scientific sites, NASA, this, that, and the other, wherever, anywhere, any major scientist, that will tell you it's 13.8 billion years old. But I can see from here to as far as our technology will allow us, to the farthest star in whatever direction, 46 billion years. And that's just what we can see right now. But it's only 13 billion. Bullshit. It amazes me. That's how you know motherfuckers are compartmentalized. Motherfuckers are just smoking their own shit. They're not reevaluating their own worldviews. They're not testing themselves. They're in an echo chamber. Fuck, the first time you say it, it should be obvious. Oh, let's see. They say it back to back every time. Well, our estimate says the universe is 13.8 billion years old. And the observable universe is around 93 some odd billion light years in circumference. The cognitive dissonance is astounding. They don't even blink. They never go, hey, wait a minute. That sounds weird. I'm a motherfucking physicist. I supposedly understand quantum mechanics and black holes and shit. Somehow, I can say those two numbers and not go, oh, the fuck? What? Excuse me. I don't even need a piece of paper. That's just wrong. It's plainly wrong. Off top. You're trying to convince me that the motherfucking sky is red or some shit. That the motherfucking color purple ain't the color purple. That I'm not speaking English. That somehow reality just stopped being reality at a certain point for some odd reason, you know, to do this, that, and the other. That's pretty stupid. That is pretty fucking stupid. Because you can supposedly create these 3D models to go all the way back to the Big Bang. Okay? Yeah? You say it's 13.8 billion years old. Yeah. But in real life, I can see that that's bullshit. And that your measurements are wrong. And I'm willing to bet I can tell you why your equations are wrong. Because you believe in time. You think time is real. Let me tell you what's the problem with that. If you think time is real, then you're using a specific type of measurement to measure the universe. Well, you're going to be wrong. Why are you going to be wrong? Because time is the measurement of Earth's rotation and its revolution around the sun. That is it. However long it takes to do a 360 and a 360. Okay? However long that takes, and it can be infinite. It all depends on where we start, where we decide to chop it up at. And first real simple part to chop it up at is day and night. That's two right there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? All right. So you got certain little stars in the sky, appear on certain days, certain weeks, certain months, blah, 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 before you have certain weeks. You chart those things down, and you see that certain constellations are visible at a certain interval since the last time they were seen, in accordance to the rest of, the days prior. But we can just simplify this real simple with a sundial. Sundial. Sun goes from east to the west, okay? And as it passes over the little sundial, which is a circle with a half circle or a quarter circle sitting perpendicular to the little two-dimensional circle you have on the ground. Okay, and as the sun passes over it, it casts a shadow. Everybody knows this. Casts a shadow. And so, as that shadow moves, you can see the passage of time. And you just use your sphere and you chop that sphere up into as many pieces as you need that you feel is good. And you start with 2, half, cut it in half. Okay, well, let's cut it in half again the other way. I have 4. Let's cut it in half this way. I have 16. I don't like it. Let's do 12. Why? Because it's easy. You got it. Everything's good. 12 hours for the day, 12 hours for the night. Great. Good. Roger. Except that's wrong. That means there's 24 hours. That it means it takes the Earth 24 hours to spin once, 360 degrees. Want to know how I know that's wrong? Because it is. When they first teach you about these principles, they teach you that it's wrong. There are only 23 hours and 56 minutes in a day. They're off. Why? Because their way of measuring, of pinpointing it to get it to where it's exactly even, is off. Their even is 24. Well, it's 23.56. Fuck it. Well, I mean, that's a lot of pieces. We ain't got time for that shit. So, I mean, we'll just add up these 4, we'll just hold on to these 4 minutes every day, for about 4 years. And then, once we get a whole day up, then we'll just slide that motherfucker in there. You know what I mean? We'll shorten a day out of a month here and there. And we'll upset, we'll have some months are 30 days, some months are 31 days. 1 month has 29 days, and it's like, what the fuck? 28, and then we'll just slide in an extra day there, right? And of course, there's we'll, there's other problems because like it seems we're losing hours like halfway through the years, and so sometimes you roll it back and another half of there roll forward. It's because you're wrong. Measurement's wrong. It's not accurate. You have remainders. Okay. Because when you measure it correctly, which we can do, it's 23 hours, 56 minutes. And those are based on, those numbers, 23 hours, 56 minutes, are based on arbitrary lines and separations we make up in our mind to understand this piece, understand this piece, understand this piece, understand this piece, understand this piece. Okay, I can see it. I understand. Good. Get rid of the fucking lines then. They're no longer useful for you. When you cast a net into the ocean and you catch fish, right? You go home and eat the net, or do you eat the fish? You eat the fish. You put the net up outside. You don't fucking look at it again until you want some more fish. You don't hang up the net on your wall after you carry it from the ocean. I mean, sometimes, you might, I don't know, whatever you're into, okay? And then constantly dictate your life by whether or not you create some type of Rorschach block in your mind of the fucking net. The way it just happens to be sitting at this moment in time when I look at it. Holy shit, I think I ought to go do something. Now, looking at the stars and doing that, that might be your most accurate way of doing shit because those are the actual objects there moving in relation to one another. Okay? An arbitrary mismeasurement it's helpful, it's useful, and we've managed it, probably could have did better somewhere. It might be slightly more complicated if we really wanted to do it right, but whatever, we got a little workaround there, But then you try to apply that measurement to the rest of the universe. not going to work. Why is it not going to work? Well, because you're using the measurement of Earth in relation to the sun. That's it. You haven't measured any of the other objects in relation to the other objects. So you don't know what those measurements are. And, I mean, although we do, or we say we do, or we do, whatever, we haven't used those measurements to calculate in with this time thing that we got going. We just assume time's real. That's the thing. No, you're measuring movement. You're measuring movement of objects in relation to another. That's it. It's not a separate dimension. It's like trying to tell me the lines on a ruler are on a higher dimension or a greater dimension than the ruler itself. Or even me. It's like I say, okay, this table has 4 legs. It's got 4 corners. I mean, it's clearly a 4-dimensional object. No, it's a 3-dimensional object. If you want to see the 4th dimension, close your eyes. Now open them. You just traveled 4 dimensions. Want to know how I know? I'll show you. Check it. Front, back. Okay, that's the 1st dimension. Left, right, it's 2 dimensions. Up, down, that's 3 dimensions. Okay? If you go this way, you're not going in separate dimensions there. Okay? There's infinite directions. But in terms of a dimension, in the ways that we understand a dimension, it's not. You're still traveling within a 3-dimensional cube or sphere. If you want to do this, which would be more accurate. And so measuring this movement in a 3-dimensional space of this object moving in relation to another, which you actually have to measure 3 objects in relation to each other in order to accurately be able to measure any of the other 2. I'm not going to get into that. If you can understand it, good for you. If you can't, if you want to research that and figure out why that is, go ahead. Just start with 1, and then go to 2, and then try to measure those objects moving away and towards each other. And then try to figure out which one is moving and which one is not, and at which speed. You'll realize you need a 3rd object. Now, so measuring movement in a 3-dimensional space, that's not 4 dimensions. 4 dimensions would be above 3 dimensions. And when you create a 4-dimensional cube using a 3D model, because that's the only way you can, see it in 3 dimensions, supposedly. You have the I just had the word. Anyway, I don't want to just stop here. It starts with a T. I forget the dang tetrahedron. Okay, that's a 4th-dimensional cube or sphere. It's basically an object that goes in and out of itself. This. Okay, that's 4 dimensions. And so if you want to understand that, to wrap your 3-dimensional mind around it, just pretend that on a 2-dimensional plane, you have a little circle there. Just pretend it's a little smiley face, kind of like have his face, like you're looking at him like this, from the side. All right. And so, in order to bring him into the 3rd dimension, you would have to inherently turn him inside out, because he can only move in 2 dimensions. So, if you were to flip him over, you'd have to move him through the 3rd dimension and then back to 2 dimensions. If you spun him around in 2 dimensions again, and he had like people around him at the time, he would be upside down in relation to everybody else. Everybody like, what the fuck? He's like, nigga, the aliens grabbed me, nigga. They were like, shh, I don't know what the fuck happened to you, nigga. What the fuck? But for all intents and purposes, you'd be basically turning him inside out. Okay. And so, in order to travel to the fourth dimension, you would have to turn yourself inside out. Close your eyes. Vision a beach. If you get really good at visualization, you can smell the shit. Hell, you could travel to fucking Saturn or some shit and watch fucking tornadoes. Dust tornado, whatever. You know what I mean? Fighters use visualization a lot. Golfers, almost any sport, all the pros use visualization. They imagine themselves winning and just imagine every single detail that they can, every way it could go right. And that would be the best way to try to envision it because they don't want the negative in there. Because if they have the negative in there, but they want to win the fight, they'd have to hold, okay, I hit him in the face, but I missed at the same time. They'd have to hold those two conflicting beliefs. And so if they get in the ring, they're basically flipping a quarter. They don't want to be aware of this, any relevant chance of a negative outcome. They only think about it positive, positive, whole way, whole way, whole way, whole way, whole way. Just envision it, play it again in their head, until they got every detail of how they want it to go. But then they get in there, and it goes how they plan. They're like, I knew it. I had a good training. Everything went. We had a good game plan. Everything went according to plan. You know what I'm saying? The visualization. Vision it. And some people are better at it than others, and of course, practice makes perfect. My point is that is somebody traveling in 4 dimensions instead of 3. And back to my original point, the measurements are wrong. You're trying to use a measurement of gallons and liters to measure miles. As soon as you start trying to do that, I mean, in order to even accomplish that in any way, shape, or form at all, you'd have to start carving up the motherfucking the gallon bucket or jug that she had. Like lay it out. Like, oh, shit, I got to come up with a new measurement. Duh. What the hell, man? This shit's crazy. You want to tell me you have these 3D models, but you can't figure out where the dark matter's coming from? Bitch, it came from the Big Bang. If the Big Bang even happened, how the fuck am I supposed to know the Big Bang even happened? Because your 3D model can only go back to this point. Where is that point? Well, if we look at all this thing here, and then like we just chart everything in 3-dimensional CG space, and just try to bring it all back. What calculations are you using it to reverse the time? The movement that took place, to try to calculate which direction all the shit was coming from. Because I'm willing to bet you don't fucking know. You're using measurements you took of other shit in relation to another. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you another reason how I know that your shit's wrong. If I was to sit on one of the stars, the Big Dipper, okay, then I looked at the stars around me, would I still see the Big Dipper? Answer, no. No, I wouldn't. Why not? Because my point of view in relation to those objects has changed. Therefore, whatever model you put into your little 3D CG bullshit, based on the observations from this one point, and then try to take it back, from where? From which point do you start? From here? from over there? Why? For what reason? What cause do you have? How do you know that that is the object we need to be following back to that point there? You don't. Do you want to know how I know you don't? Because every physicist on this planet worth a damn, which ain't worth much, says that the observable universe is 93 billion light years in circumference. There could be shit beyond there. And if you're telling me that there can't be shit beyond there, I want you to kill yourself. Please, stop spouting your bullshit. We don't need you. You're a relic. You're outdated. We got this. Move along. So, you don't know where all these other objects could be outside of that range. Therefore, when you move your model back in time, in relation to what? The objects that you can see? Okay, so you do that and you get down to the singularity. And then if, say, we just take a little, a little picture there, a little still photo, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And just hold on to that for a little while, we waited a couple hundred years or whatever. And our descendants who have developed technology where they're able to see farther out, plus light has had more time to travel, this, that, and the other. And maybe it might only take another 2 years before light hits us. We don't know. We don't know how far away one certain star might be. It could be right now. All of a sudden, we now just received that first photon. So, our descendants who have, found more objects out there, you try to tell them that shit looked like this, this little Big Bang here, okay? And if we overlaid that with what they got, you would have this singularity here, and then you'd have all these other objects you missed. And then you'd realize very quickly, wait a minute, I fucked this up. I was wrong, because how could I possibly know these objects are moving in this way towards compared to all that? Where is my starting point, and why is it my starting point? In relation to what? You have to start from here, because where else are you going to start? I mean, you could arbitrarily choose any which one, but you don't know what's beyond that. You see what I'm saying? You're full of shit. Good job. And for all you dumbasses in the fucking quantum field and quantum computing and that and this, that, and the other, who are just now starting to realize, or for the past few years or such, just starting to figure, dude, reality and consciousness looks a lot like a computer simulation, kind of like shit like quantum mechanics does and shit, kind of like how our computers do, when we create just how our computers work and shit. It looks, especially quantum mechanics, this shit actually, also like a computer simulation and how it come, Yeah, duh. Fucking duh. You used Taoism's view of reality to create computers in the first place, to get your ones and your zeros, to get your little bits. Okay? In order for your fucking images to show up, for it to calculate. For you to see the shit you're seeing now. To hear my voice the way you're hearing it. For me to make this video that's ones and zeros. That idea comes from Taoism, which teaches non-dual, which immediately, upon the mentioning of it, and maybe a slight further investigation, you realize the truth. Non-dual is the opposite of dual, but when I say non-dual, I am attempting to describe a reality where the two become one, where the front and the back are coexistent. They arise mutually. That is what I'm attempting to describe. But since reality is this way, anything that I could think of, any word, any idea at all will be opposite in relation to something else. And if that something else didn't exist, then two objects will appear at the exact same time. There. As soon as I say non-dual, well, we find out we already got the word dual. It's the opposite of dual. So then there's still two. Interesting. They appear to be opposites. And of course, you say non-dual is one. What's the opposite of one? Negative two. I don't know. Zero. Ones and zeros. On, off, up, down, left, right, forward, back, in, out. Light, dark, day, night. Quantum entanglement. It's weird because you got this object here, and if you move it, it can affect the electron over here in a complete opposite and equal reaction. Man, if only somebody could have figured that out sooner. That every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It's just weird. Please kill yourself. Get out of fucking science, man. I bet you most of these some motherfuckers think that way. Dislike philosophy. And for you rare birds that do like the philosophy, still, move on, please. Move on. I don't have high-powered telescopes. I don't have a degree in physics. But I will murder you in mathematics and quantum mechanics. Every day. Every day. And you get up there with your millions of dollars in research, this, that, and the other, to fucking jack off and come at me with some bullshit that we can prove wrong with logical reasoning, deductive and intuitive reasoning, mind you. So what's up? I think y'all need to move the fuck over, and yeah, I don't want to position at your shit, because your shit's obviously fucking bunk. All right, I'm good where I'm at, but I don't want any recognition, any prize, any money like that. Just stop spouting bullshit that you don't know, and then want to get on to motherfucking people because they believe the Earth was created 6,000 years ago, or this, that, and the other. They're just as right as you are, crab. You got the gall to say it's 13.40 million. What a dumbs. He believes in fairy tales. So do you. You believe in a lie, something that's not true, that is provably wrong. And let me tell you something about experimentation. In order for something to be scientific, it has to be able to be proven wrong. It's called falsifiable. Now, the layman, or hell, probably at this point, even the physicists and scientists themselves might say, that's ridiculous. I mean, okay, Santa Claus is real. Can you prove Santa Claus isn't real? No, you can't. So therefore, Santa Claus is real. That's, you're saying that that's scientific. No, I'm not. Just take a big step back and fuck your own face. Put the shoe on the other foot. Can you prove that if I drop an apple, it will hit the ground? Can you disprove it? Well, yeah, you could, because if I drop the apple and it doesn't hit the ground, there it is. But the apple hits the ground. And if that's not a clear enough explanation for you, you don't belong here and you shouldn't be listening to this conversation. You need to go study up some more and then come back, because I ain't got time to go through all this bullshit. You mentioned time, therefore you believe in time. Yeah, and I'm using words to describe reality and ideas, which are divisions of reality in and of itself, which are just little bits of the picture. Yeah, it's a little jigsaw puzzle put together. Right? Okay, okay. Fuck off. It has to be done. Doesn't mean walk up to somebody, start going, question mark? Hashtag. LOL. JK. Comma, apostrophe, colon? Pow? Minus negative? Plus positive? No, what the fuck are you on, nigga? Because I'm using the wrong tool to convey an idea, to convey the information. Okay? And if that was how I was interpreting what they said, when they come back with me, nigga, what the fuck are you on? I'm like, I didn't hear, I don't understand none of that because I was thinking symbols that don't match any of. I don't have symbols for what he just said. I don't even have symbols for what he just said. Oh shit, speaking the wrong language. Maybe I should go back to the lab. You think? I think you should go back to the lab, quit jacking off, and do some fucking science. And for you dumb jackasses, back to my original point of the philosophy, science is philosophy. No, it's not. No, it's not scientifically. You have to be able to prove it scientifically. Oh, yeah? And you want to try to convince me that reality is a simulation. Kind of like computers, putting the cart before the horse there. That's all digital, la la la. I assume the universe exists. Therefore, since I'm here having an experience, let's see if I can't figure out how, if this thing might or might not work. See if I can figure out what's going on here. Because I mean, do crazy people that are in fucking La La Land, you know, in a straight jacket and a padded cell, talking to Clifford the dog or some shit. You know what I mean? Do you think that's real to them, or do they think that they're making it up, or maybe they're actually there? Or what about catatonics or people in comas? You know, where do you think they're at? They're at wherever they're at. You see them where they're at, but guess what? To them, no. They're somewhere else completely, and the only reality they know is that. Okay? You have to assume that what you see and what you experience is reality and is the truth, because you have no other. There's no way to know, and you got to operate on. You got to do something. Okay? That's philosophy. Don't make me fuck up your whole worldview with magic. Magic is fairy tales and religious superstitions. Oh yeah, interesting. Wrong again. I dare anybody to disprove that, because it is falsifiable. You want to know how I know? Because I can prove it. Now, I can jack my own dick. Okay? And but here's the real important part. I would like for you to quit teaching our future generations your bullshit, your lies, your falsehoods. Quit teaching your descendants and children. Quit, quit teaching your fellow man who may or may not have time to delve into these things and assume you're telling them the truth because you're the one in the position up there and they're trusting you. Is it right to trust you?
You tell me, monkey. The answer's supposed to be yes, by the way. At all times. Well, science doesn't get everything right. But bitch, you can count. You know cause and effect, chronological order. Yes? No? I can't tell. Better get it right. Fuck with me on that magic shit, bitch. I'm gonna fuck your head up.